Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health Systems Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time Sports. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, joined by Bobby Arsenault, and we're very glad to have with us Miss Latasha Wise-Jackson, the second-year head volleyball coach over at Vandebilt Catholic. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, we're glad you're here.
Coach, like we talked about a little earlier off camera, Olympic volleyball for women has been successful, and everybody's watching it. How is this carrying over to your practices? Are the girls watching the Olympics?
They are watching it. You know, just the overall competitiveness of it. You know, especially with beach. You know, having one of the competitors who was a player at Mount Carmel, Kristen Nuss.
Right.
I was a couple of years ago. I was at Dominican in New Orleans,
Okay.
You know, that whole rivalry. But the girls, especially when they know someone who hits home, you know, she competed at LSU.
Right.
It makes them dive in a little bit deeper,
Right.
you know, and recognize their overall competitiveness of it.
Right.
Let's talk about your season a little bit. We add EDY to your district. Thanks a lot. You know, another good team in that district. They just keep adding good ones in that district. How was your pre-district schedule with the tournaments and all? Where are you going to prepare yourself for the district?
Yeah, we have a tough schedule. Our schedule is pretty tough. You know, we don't shy away from the competitiveness. We some tournaments we have the Assumption tournament. I get to go back home. That's my alumni.
Right.
The Assumption tournament. We're going to Baton Rouge to compete in the Bruley tournament, and we're going to Country Day. They're hosting the Sugar Bowl tournament, which they're going to have a lot of great teams there. And we're going to finish our season off at the Spooktacular, which is right before we get seeded for the state tournament at ESA in Acadiana and in Lafayette. So we kind of spread out a little bit just to see some different competition from across the state.
Right. Anything in particular you learned kind of finishing last year, coming in through the summer? Anything you learned about your team?
I did. I was just telling Coach this a minute ago. We've developed a certain kind of grit over the summer, you know,
wow.
and it's like a light switch went off from from that quarterfinal game against Parkview Baptist on last year in the quarterfinals, and we went to LSU camp. Summer camp. We've competed there. We competed at Country Day team camp, and they've shown some extreme competitiveness, and they've put the work in the weight room. They put the work in the weight room to become strong and to really compete above the net. So it's been interesting to see. I'm kind of excited with what we have to going forward.
So last thought, is there one particular thing we can point to that you feel like is going to be the thing that's going to help you be successful this year?
Yes, we got to be consistent. We're going to have to be consistent. Volleyball is a game of ball control. We're going to have to do a good job of being consistent all the way around. Right. From our starters to our bench, our coaching staff, we have to be consistent. And if we can do that throughout the season and stay healthy, I think that we'll be fine.
Well, Latasha, we certainly wish you the best. We thank you for coming to join us today.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment. But don't go anywhere. We got a whole lot more with Vandebilt Catholic when we return after this short break. All right, welcome back here to Bayou Time Sports. Very glad you're joining myself, Bobby Arsenault, and joined by first-time coach over at Vandebilt, head football coach Brian Wallace. Welcome to the program.
Appreciate it for having me.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach, coming over from Nicholls State, you know, coming into the high school ranks, to a pretty good school.
Right.
Good football tradition. What are you expecting from your team? What have you brought to your team that you think maybe they never saw before?
I think just a different outlook in terms of our day-to-day operation. Just maybe some different expectations. You know, our saying is best is the standard, so I try to do everything. You know, coaching in college for 16 years is try to mold our program in terms of day in and day out, our workouts, our film sessions, our hydration or nutrition, everything we do, just try to do it, bring that aspect to it, which maybe has been a little bit differently in the past, and try to educate them. You know, if football is just not a hobby. It's going to be, you know, for us, I want guys who eat, sleep, breathe it.
You know, I spoke to some of your players the other day by mistake. I was out there, we were talking. I saw them out somewhere, and I asked them how, returning players too, how was it compared to last year? They said they love it. They said that the things we were doing are different and they're good. So I mean, I just want to give you a
Kudos.
attaboy
Thank you.
for
I
that.
appreciate
'cause,
that, yeah.
You know, when the kids say that to me, that's a plus. You know.
Yeah, well, I think that my job's easy because I got good kids. So players on our team, at the end of the day, football's football. The X's and O's stays. Going from college, but the group of kids we had, inheriting them, they're already tough. They're hardworking. They're intelligent. So that's been an easy part of the transition.
Your district's pretty good, and of course they threw Edie White in there with y'all this year with the Lutchers and the Assumptions and everybody else. Who you playing in your pre-district? Well, I saw a couple of your teams. John Arrett and Sulphur, I think.
John Arrett, Sulphur, and Central Lafourche will be non-district.
Yeah.
Yep.
So John Arrett and Sulphur, pretty good competition.
Yeah. So I like the way the schedule's set up because I think that we'll get a variety of different schemes, a variety of different talents that will prepare us for our district, which is top to bottom good. And then hopefully it'll prepare us for the playoffs. So I like playing teams that run different things, so we can be able to scheme it up and say, hey, this worked, this didn't. So when we see a team, we're not surprised by it, and we know how to fit and adjust and go from there.
Yeah, a team like John Arrett on the road too, I think, huh?
No, so we actually play them home.
Or Sulphur's a road game, or they
both of those. So
luckily, both home?
Luckily this year we got them both at home. Now next year they'll have them. Yeah.
Scratch that question.
We're going to follow your schedule. We're going to follow Bobby's. But listen, bringing a new mindset is something that obviously with the reaction and some of the kids and the results, they're seeing things that are different. So congratulations for this new normal. Thank you for coming to high school football from the college ranks. We wish you well, and hopefully things go well for you.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you, guys.
Got it. All right, guys. And that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time Sports. But don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.